So I thought I'd have a go at trying to make a bit of a vlog update video, a bit of a waffle, just show you what I've been playing recently, show you some of the deals I managed to score over the last couple of months, I suppose. And I've tried to make this video a couple of times now, and every time I end up going way off tangent and just having to totally scrap the video, so I'm going to try and keep on track this time. You might see some dodgy jump cuts and edits, but I'm just giving you fair warning, so you might see a bit of everything in this video. But first of all, I'll just show you what I've been playing recently, I suppose, and I've been playing a lot of the Wii, as you can see there. I've got it all hooked up right now. And, well, to be honest, I've not really been playing a lot of video games over the last couple of weeks because the weather's been nice. I've been outside more than anything else, just doing other hobbies. But what I have been playing is this thing here, and the reason for that, the main reason, is this guy here, the little cheap scaler that I got for using with the SLG. And what I discovered is when I have the Wii hooked up using the component cables through this thing here, and I get a nice 480p output from it, the console looks really, really nice, like much better than it did with these just directly plugged into the TV. I've also got the SLG scanline generator connected to it as well, and that just, I don't know why, but it just looks so much better. It looks like a completely different console. And I mean, I've had this console for probably 2 years now. I did a video on it about it when I got it. I got it as a bit of a cheap deal, but it's one of the backwards compatible ones, so you can use it with your GameCube, which is really nice. Not that I really play GameCube very often, but it's nice to have. I've been using this for emulators. I've been using the Mega Drive emulator on it a lot. I'll show you some gameplay in just a moment. But I know a lot of people don't like using scalers and scanline generators and all that sort of thing, but the reality of this is that I've actually wanted to play the Wii a lot more. It just looks so much better, and I've more or less doubled my Wii collection in the last 2 months. And that might sound kind of dramatic, but I only really had maybe 6 or 7 games to begin with. But what I've been doing is just picking up the good titles on the system, and I mean the games are dirt cheap right now. But I mean the scanline generator has the effect of, I'll show you this game here. In fact, if I get close, you can probably make out the scan lines there. And you probably wouldn't expect the Wii to really benefit from something like this. I'll show you Retro City Rampage as a good example. So there you can see, obviously a game like this is going to benefit from having scan lines. If I just turn them off, that's it without, that's it with. To me, it looks really good, and I mean it's basically made me want to play the system a lot more. Even proper retail games look good as well, and I might show you some of those in a moment. But I mean, likes of the Mega Drive emulator, it looks great. 4:3 aspect ratio as well, not the widescreen. And yeah, that's what I've been playing a lot of recently, the Nintendo Wii. I should also mention that I'm planning to mount these onto the underside of the entertainment system here. So in the same way that I mounted the head unit for my headset, you can see I made brackets and just hid that away underneath the surface there, so I don't need to have extra things on top of the unit. Same with the Wii sensor bar, that's hidden underneath there, and I've got a little media player as well. The cables for that just run to the back. It just means that there's extra room here, there's no cables hanging down, and I saved some space. But I've got a plan to do the same with these. I went and bought the arcade PCB legs or feet here so that I can just mount that underneath there and it'll be hidden from view. Same with the SLG. This is actually going to go behind the TV, right at the very back. And the same with this here. This is a VGA box for the Dreamcast, and this is another story, but I got that on eBay. It was faulty and just stripped it apart. So this goes into the back of the Dreamcast. I've got the Wii's audio going through this. This is the output for the audio of the Dreamcast, but these are basically electrically connected, so you can just use that as a pass-through type deal. But this is all going to be mounted underneath here and out the way, and I'll maybe throw in a bit of a jump cut or an edit at the end of this video to show you how that all turns out. But anyway, I'll show you the games I picked up. Off to the side of my entertainment system, I have some of my games stored away. Down the bottom shelf I've got my Japanese Dreamcast games. They're in there. I've got a couple of Saturn games as well. So likes of Dead or Alive, the original. And up here I have my US Dreamcast games. Got a few of those. Most of my Dreamcast games are PAL, and I keep them away in another entertainment unit. I might show them another time, but yeah, these are my American and Japanese Dreamcast games. Here I have my entire PS3 collection. I used to have maybe about 4 or 5 times as many games as this, but I ended up trading them away and selling them off because I don't really play the PlayStation 3 all that much anymore. I use it as a Blu-ray player, and that's about it. Any of the games I play on it are going to be exclusive to the system, and any cross-platform games I'll just end up buying for the 360 because that's the console I probably use the most. But, yeah, other things here I've got like this is a promotional House of the Dead Overkill VHS type deal. I've shown this before now. A pickups video, but it's got a t-shirt inside there. It's one of these t-shirts that you add water to, and yeah, it's meant to look like a letter. And that comes in a fancy VHS box, and it's all dusty, that needs cleaned. You can see that there. But here I have my Wii games. This is the collection that's basically doubled over the last couple of months. So here I got Disaster Day of Conflict. I just got this one recently. I heard this is pretty good. I got this for about £3 from HMV, and the box was completely knackered and everything, but I switched out for a better one. I've not played this yet. I couldn't tell you anything about it. I've just heard that it's meant to be quite good, and I've actually not played quite a few of these because I've only just recently picked them up, and I've been playing through the ones that I already had before I start these ones. But this one here, Ghost Squad. Again, this was a dirt cheap game. This was like £2, and this is like an on-rails arcade style shooter. It's meant to be really cheesy and a lot of fun, which is right up my street. Looking forward to trying that one out. Again, I've not played it yet. Another game I've not played yet is this one. This is Ghostbusters. And it's meant to be not as good as the PlayStation 3 or the Xbox versions, but graphically at least, but what it lacks in visuals it makes up for in fun, because I think you use the Wiimote as your proton pack or whatever, and yeah, it's meant to be a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to trying that one out. I've not got around to it yet. Up here I have some of the games that I've already had before I've played. So I've got Link's Crossbow Training, Boom Blocks. This is a new game I picked up, and this is meant to be really good, or at least I think, well, it is really good. I've been playing it, but how would you describe this? It's kind of like a cross between Angry Birds and Jenga. I suppose it would be a good way of explaining it. You basically have to throw these balls at these towers of things, and well, I don't know if you'd be able to really tell what I'm talking about with the pictures there. It's like Jenga, basically. Angry Birds and Jenga. Lots of fun. This one here, WarioWare. I'm sure most people are aware of what these games are all about. Lots of mini games, really crazy, wacky fun. I've been having fun playing that. House of the Dead 2 and 3, another light gun game. Yeah, I've been playing a lot of this one. Mostly the House of the Dead 3, because I have that on Xbox, the original Xbox. But obviously I can't play that anymore because I've got an LCD TV, but with this I can because it's on the Wii. House of the Dead Overkill, I've shown that one before, I think. Don't need to really know any more about that. Dead Space Extraction, one of my favourite games on the Wii. I've had this for ages and I've completed it and played it to death. Love that game. Mad World, still not played this. This has been in my collection for about 2 years now, and I've still not got around to playing it. It's meant to be good, a good game on the Wii, but we'll see. I will get around to all these games eventually. This one here is the one I'm currently playing. It is Batman the Brave and the Bold, and this is a game by WayForward, which I'm a huge fan of WayForward. They make great games. It's a 2D side-scrolling beat 'em up, and it is really good. It's kind of like playing a cartoon, I suppose. There's constant dialogue going on, and there's always something happening on screen. It's just really entertaining. I think it's geared more towards kids, but I enjoy it. So yeah, I've been playing that. I've almost completed that one. So here's a quick example and a little bit of gameplay from Batman, and if I zoom in you'll maybe be able to see the difference the scan lines have made. And I know a lot of people dislike scan lines and say, oh, you shouldn't be using them with something like the Wii, but the reality of it is, it to me looks so much better and has made me actually want to play the console. It looks completely different to how it did before. It's given it a real boost in visual quality, in my opinion, again. But yeah, I'll quickly show you some gameplay here.
Please select your character.
Keep your eyes peeled and your fists ready.
Nice to see you, Bats. It's been too long.
Two-Face, what have you done with the mayor?
Oh, he's around.
So it's just really cheesy and yeah, a lot of fun to play. You can see
A giant corn.
Heads or
it's
tails dynamic.
more or less
You'd better save your mayor before his luck.
a side-scrolling beat 'em up.
Get 'em, boys. Let's flip again, boys. What's it gonna be, Batman?
I'm playing this one hand, I can't do this with one hand at all. Boy and His Blob, again another WayForward game and another great looking game. It's a puzzle platformer, I've been playing that. And these are all games I've been really getting into since the camera will focus, really getting into since I got the Wii hooked up through the scaler. Another game here, Conduit. I've still not played this. This is sealed and I've had this for about 2 years now. This is meant to be one of the best shooters on the Wii, first person shooters, and again I'll get around to playing that eventually. But yeah, that's all the Wii games there. That's basically the doubling of my collection. I did get No More Heroes as well, but I didn't really enjoy that, so I've just sold that on. I'm not keeping any games I don't enjoy playing, I just sell them or trade them off. Up here I've got some of my DS collection, and I've been gradually switching out my PAL DS games for North American releases, which have the black case here, and they actually have some spine art on them. So I've been switching out all my games. I've only got 2 left to switch, and then that'll be it. I'm not collecting DS games anymore. That's basically all the collection I have there. So I've got Contra, Thor, Aliens. These are WayForward games again, really good. Metal Slug, Zombie Barbecue, Grand Theft Auto and Tokyo Beatdown. A game by Atlas. This is a really good side-scrolling beat 'em up, cheesy as hell and lots of fun. That's the DS collection, and I've got my 3DS games there, and up the top we have Kasumi. On to some of the pickups I got, some of the really good deals I managed to find, and the first thing I'm going to show you here is this. It's a 360, obviously, and I got this because I wanted something for my nephews to play when they come round. I have my own Slim, and there's the old fat JTAG hacked unit there, but I wanted something that they could just mess about with and totally destroy if they wanted. It didn't really matter. So I went on eBay and I found a faulty console. The idea being I was going to fix it up. It wouldn't cost me any money, and if it broke again it didn't really matter. So I found this one, and the seller had it up listed at £5 starting bid. I didn't really trust the seller. I didn't like his feedback, and the way he'd listed this, he sounded a bit dodgy. But I thought, whatever, I'll put in a maximum bid of £8 and see if I win it. Long story short, I ended up winning it. So I got this for £8, and then was it £5 postage? I can't remember. It ended up costing me like £13 in total. I had a software issue, and the problem with it was that the DVD drive had failed halfway through an update. And again, long story short, I had to work out it was stuck in this like continuous update loop where it just gave you an error screen saying can't find the update to continue. So I had to find out what version of update it had failed on, because you can't just like download the latest one and put it on a USB. That won't work. You need to find the specific version it crashed on, and anyway, managed to figure it out and put it on a USB and got it to update. The DVD drive in it, the laser had obviously gone bad, but I had an old parts console out in the shed, so I just switched that out and it now works absolutely fine. It hadn't been tampered with in any way, it hadn't been opened up, and the X clamps were all still there and everything. So yeah, got a fully working 360 now for £13. I kind of cheated a bit because I already had the likes of I already had a spare hard drive from a previous console I'd fixed, and I had the cables and everything anyway, so bit of a cheat there, but cheap console nonetheless. And also had to get some controllers so that they could play each other. So I got these were from the same seller, and this is a really strange deal where I saw these listed together. It was a £5 starting bid, and it was free postage. So I put in an initial bid, and I thought, well, probably won't win them for that. I'll need to come back in a few days and bid a bit more. But anyway, a couple of days later I got an email saying congratulations, enjoy your controllers. And I was like, what? Surely I couldn't have won those for £5, but I don't know if the seller had ended the auction earlier or what, but yeah, got these both delivered for £5, and they're not even faulty or anything. They're completely fine. They're in actually really nice condition. They're obviously third party. These are Detail controllers, but I emailed the seller before he sent them out. He seemed a bit confused about how eBay worked, and he was like, how are you going to pay me? And I explained to him I would just pay through PayPal and everything, and I said, are you sure you've not mixed up your auction with my auction with another one? Because this is like £5 for the two controllers. And he was like, oh no, that's right, I'm sending you out two controllers. And I was like, okay. And he seemed to be quite happy about it, but I mean, the postage for these alone cost like £3, so at best he made £1 each on each controller, and then you take away your eBay fees. I don't think he made any money at all, but he was happy to send them out, so I was happy to receive them, and I've now got two nice controllers. These are programmable. You can plug in a USB cable there and update them and everything. They have light up handles, and yeah, they work fine. The only thing I don't like about them is the D-pad. Amazingly, they managed to make the D-pad in these even worse than the 360's regular one, so that's a bit of a pain, but yeah, whatever. Two controllers for £5 delivered. They're wireless as well. They don't require a dongle. You can just sync them directly to the console. And finally, to get something for them to play, I got Halo 3 ODST. I got this from Amazon. This was dirt cheap. I think it was like $2.49 delivered. It's all complete and everything. So there we go. A complete console with two controllers and Halo for under £20 for everything here. I was pretty happy about that. So one of the main things I got myself recently, and I've not been buying too many video game related items. I've basically just been buying those Wii games, which are like £1 or £2 each. I don't have a huge amount of money to be spending on games right now, and to be honest, I've got pretty much a massive backlog of stuff to play through anyway, so anything that I do buy now is generally something that I've either really wanted for a long time, or it's something I've got a big interest in getting. And one thing that I did manage to pick up, and I was genuinely really excited about, is this here. It's a Neo Geo MV1C, and this is one of the last MVS boards that they made. I don't know if it is the last version they made, but I managed to get this complete in box. It's basically brand new, never used. It came with a game as well. I'll get to that in a moment. But it's basically new. It's got all the paperwork, all the documentation, and I've never seen a boxed Neo Geo arcade board before. I found this on eBay. You can see here it comes with the documentation. I've got my Unibios bits and pieces in here. more on that in just a moment. And yeah, this is the English manual. The really nice thing about the MV1C is that it's got an upright cartridge slot on it, so you can just plug it in like you would, say, a Mega Drive. It just plugs in the top, the game cartridges, and it's absolutely tiny as well. I'm not going to take it out of the box right now, but it's basically the same size as an MVS cartridge. It takes up about the same footprint. You can see that in there. So I'm really excited to get this thing. Never seen a brand new boxed Neo Geo before, so yeah, I was really happy to get this. And it came with a game. Just put that to the side for now. It came with a game. It's in an AES shock box, which is actually completely destroyed, but I didn't really care, so I'm going to sell the game anyway. It came with Fatal Fury Special. This is the Japanese version, and I'm not really a big fan of the series, so I'm just going to sell this on. I think I've actually already got this game, or at least a version of it, on my multi-cart, but yeah, that came with it. I'll just sell it on to offset the cost of the console there. And a bit of an update on my my other MVS project, which I've been so slow to get this off the ground. I'm trying to consoleize this, but now I'm in kind of two minds about whether or not I should consoleize this one, since it'd be so much easier to do, or just continue on with this. I'd actually already cut all the wood to size. This is going to be for the frame this is going to sit in. So I'd already cut all the wood, and then like literally the day after I ended up winning this thing. So now I'm in two minds as whether or not to complete this one as a consoleization project or move on to this one. I don't know yet. First world problems, I don't know, it's not really that big of a deal. Either way, I'm just very happy to actually have this thing here, boxed and complete and everything. I'll probably keep it stock for now and just continue on modifying this one, but yeah, very happy to have that in the collection now. I'll just get this video wrapped up and show you the last couple of things I got, and one of the kind of silly items I got was this. It's a Dead or Alive 5 phone cover for your, I suppose, what is it, iPhone 4 or a 4S. I don't have any kind of Apple products at all, but I had to get this because obviously, as many of you are probably well aware by now, I'm a huge Dead or Alive fan, so I had to pick this up. It was dirt cheap, it was on eBay, brand new. The sale had it up for like, what, $2.99 or something, delivered, free postage. So I went ahead and got this. Never ever use it because I don't use Apple iPhones or anything like that. I'll quickly take it out of the box so you can take a look at it. It's all official and everything. You can see it's got the Team Ninja logo and all the copyrights and everything plastered all over it. So it's not just like a cheap knockoff. So I thought it was kind of cool. It's the sort of thing in a few years I'll be like, oh, that's really cool, I wish I had one of those. And I'll see it and someone will post it in a forum or something. So I thought, right, I'm going to get myself one of these. I know I'm never going to use it, but it's just a cool little item to add into a collection. And that's one of the things someone had asked me to do, or requested maybe I could do for a video, is just a Dead or Alive collection video, just show you the various games I have for the systems and some of the promotional bits and pieces. So I've got like that Kasumi figure, and I've got the games for like the 3DS and the Saturn and everything. So that was one of the videos I might do in future. A couple of other games I did end up picking up were for the Game Boy Color, and I'll show you those in just a moment. But another thing I'd really quite like to do is a collection video for my Game Boy Advance games. And in these crates here, these are basically all my Game Boy Advance games. I've more or less collected everything that I want for the system now. I'm not really picking up any more games. I think there's maybe one or two titles that I'd still quite like to get, but otherwise I have pretty much everything that I really wanted and aimed to get when I started collecting for the system. So I'd like to do a bit of an overview and show you some of the better games that I have for the system, some of the kind of stickers as well that are on there. And yeah, another system I want to do that for, and I already said I was going to, was the N-Gage. So I need to get around to doing some gameplay footage and show what some of the games are actually like. It's not a case of me finding the time, it's just, I'm sure it's the same for a lot of people, it's just finding the motivation to actually make a video. A lot of it is just finding the actual energy to I don't know, push yourself to make a video. It's kind of what holds me back a lot of the time from making these videos. It's not like I don't have any ideas, it's more that I just don't have the energy and the motivation. But yeah, that's something I hope to do in future, do a Game Boy Advance collection video, the Dead or Alive video, and just show you some of the more interesting games that you maybe not seen before. But anyway, back to the Game Boy Color games I picked up. I'm trying to get every Way Forward game for the system. I'm probably never going to get Shantae because that's like a really rare game and it's stupidly expensive. I'm still going to try and make my own repro of that eventually. But yeah, you can see here, these are some of the games I already had. So I've got Wendy Witch, Extreme Sports, WWF Betrayal. These are the ones I just picked up recently. Actually, that's not a Way Forward game, that's Santa Claus Jr. and that's my flash carts and things in there. So a couple of the games I picked up recently were Sabrina Zapped and Sabrina Spooked, and you're thinking, what the hell are you buying those games for? You're buying little girls games, but they're actually really good platformers. They're more or less built on the same engine that Shantae's built on, so if you want to play a game that's like Shantae but isn't going to cost you like £500, £600 or dollars or whatever, try one of these, because these cost me literally what was it, like 99 pence, something like that for these, and they're really good quality games. Not as good as Shantae, but definitely value for money for a pound or whatever you're going to pay for these games. Another game I got here was Mayhem, WWF Mayhem, I'm guessing that is. Didn't really like that one. I don't think it was really made by Way Forward. The artwork was done by, is it Matt Bosin? I think that's how you pronounce his name, who did all the artwork for, or does most of the artwork for the Way Forward games. But if you want to play a good wrestling game for the Game Boy Color, it's not really a wrestling game, it's more of a beat 'em up, side-scrolling beat 'em up. This is again by Way Forward. This is WWF Betrayal. Again, this will cost you about 99 pence, but it's a lot of fun. It is, it's kind of like your old school side-scrolling beat 'em up basically. I played through this, I played through half of it on my first sitting and then played the rest of it. Like, I played it halfway through the first time I ever played it, and then picked it up about a day later and completed it. It's a very good game, is what I'm basically trying to say there. I'm going off on a tangent again. Again with this one, this is Wendy Witch. Kind of like a kiddie looking platformer, but it's actually a lot of fun and really well made game. Again, this will cost you a couple of pounds at most. But there you go, that's my video. I was going to say a pickup video. I suppose it's kind of like a pickup video update vlog. I think I've waffled on for long enough now, but that's what I've been up to, that's the games I've been playing, and some of the plans I have for future. I've always got consoles I'm fixing and projects on the go, but anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll hopefully catch you again soon.